Hi, everybody. Anthony Rodriguez here, walking crow for the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine. Boy, I start to stumble at springtime. Welcome to another Tuesday edition of the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show and a new spring edition moving forward of the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine. Wow, welcome to the equinox. Welcome to the spring equinox. Welcome to the new year. That thing that happened on January 1st wasn't the new year. This is the new year. This is the time of new beginnings. This is the time of springing forward. Never not mind the time change. This is where you spring forward and come into the gifts and the treasures and the healings of the new year. Coming out of the den of winter. Coming out of the den of winter. I'm going to light a little sage and I'm going to clear. We're going to clear for winter, clear all that mustiness and of the winter den off of us, and we're going to brush all that fur off of ourselves from the winter's den. We're going to clean off the smell of old foods that we were eating in the winter's den, and we're going to move forward and let go of all those things and all those hurts and wounds and all those treasures that we can let go of. And I would ask Creator Great Spirit to clear the channels of all the computers and all the phone systems and all the lines, the communication lines and the communication line between Creator Great Spirit and the heavens and all the universe that flows through me and flows outward through me. That vibrates out, that I will be a clear channel to a good healing and a good message today on the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show. How is everybody? Oishino, oishino, oishino. You know how to answer that and just type it in. I wanted to remind you to like the show and share the show. And I want to remind you that the call-in number is area code 323-870-3791. Share it with a friend. Boy, the show was seen a bunch last week. A lot of people were seeing this show all week long, and that's what we want. We want more people seeing this show, more people receiving the message, more people receiving a good message and a good healing. So when more and more people are checking in and tuning in, that means good things for Goldilocks Productions, all the mediums and the healers and the light workers on Goldilocks Productions, and myself, and for you. So thank you. So, wow, what a week. What a week. Last week I was in Sedona and I came back in to do last week's show. And then this week was just a week of really just, preparing for today. Preparing for today, Tuesday. It's only Tuesday. It's Tuesday. It's the Tuesday edition of the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine. And don't you forget that. You can choose to be happy. You can choose to be sad. You can choose to be angry. You can choose anything you want. Good morning, Anthony, Sarah, and the little one. How are you today? Waving back at you. Woo! So you can choose. You can choose what it is that you want for your life and how it is you want to receive it. If you want to receive it at all, if you want to drag the old belongings and the old baggage and the old wounds and the old shames and the old hurts into the new year, that's your thing. You're not going to get very far. You are not going to get very far, and nobody's going to want to be around you. I know I won't. I won't even spend my time unless you're paying my fee to come and see me to get help. Anyways, so a bit about my calendar. Every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are here on Goldilocks Productions at the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show. Every Thursday at 8 p.m. live on Facebook, I am doing Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow, is doing shamanic drumming, taking you on the journey. Last week was interesting because I decided and opted to use my small hand drum. And that was pretty incredible. Anybody who's had an opportunity to listen to that, please listen to that, because that was different than the other journeys. That had a vibration that was off the hook. And I had to at some point stop listening. It was just way too much for me when I was listening to the playback. Anyways, but listen to that. And if you can, before when you go to bed tonight or whenever, lay down, sit down quietly, listen to that, play that back, or join us on, Thursday for another edition of that. Okay. Also, on the 7th of April, Diane Bohan and myself, excuse me, I just went blank, are going to be doing an event. It's It's going to be a pretty cool event, and I'm excited about doing it. It's called Healing the Emotional Body Through the 7 Sensitivities. The 7 sensitivities meaning the chakra system, and to you, how your emotional body is connected to your energetic body, and what you can do to heal yourself. And what's going to happen is, as we go through a little bit of a talk, we're going to go into doing yoga. You're going to go into doing yoga, and Diane is going to lead you through yoga while I drum through the positions. And we're going to be talking about how the emotions and what emotions affects that particular chakra, that particular pose. It's going to be a great, great day of teaching. Come on in, get your yoga on, get your drumming on, and learn how it is your emotions are affected by the energy body. And your emotions are the energy body. Aho. So, you can live stream on Goldilocks Productions group as well. So don't forget that. I want to remind you about this show. Group 2. Okay, so yeah, Goldilocks Productions has a new group on Facebook. Join the group. If you like this show, if you like Goldilocks Productions, even if you don't like this show, and if you don't like Goldilocks Productions, join the group, because you never know what you're going to find. But how could you not like it? It's put out by, the lovely Sarah. Why do I want to keep calling her Sarah? Tiffany Sage Eagle Woman. Tiffany Sage Woman. Tiffany White Sage Woman. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm all up in here today. I know what's going on with me. Anyways, yes, I am. Tiffany, yes, I am. More than you know. Anyways, so that's it for my calendar right now. Look for an event coming up from me in Sedona on the 21st of April at the Sedona Life Center. I will also be doing events here in Los Angeles at the Crystal Matrix. If you've never been to the Crystal Matrix, what an incredible place. It's in Atwater Village, just off the 5 freeway on Glendale Boulevard. And it's an amazing place. I walked in there on Saturday, and I saw a friend of mine who is an incredible astrologer, Richard. And he's one of my brothers from ceremony. As we were talking, another healer who knows me who follows me, came out and saw me, and then another person saw me, and then the owner came out and saw me. So from all that energy that was happening at that moment in time, I'll be doing events there. And I'll be doing an ice cream social there on the 15th of April. That's why I'm doing my event in Sedona on the 21st, because I was thinking about doing the event in Sedona on the 14th. And I don't want to, have to rush to go anywhere, to be anywhere. I want to take my time doing what it is that I do. All right. So that's my calendar, and I'm sticking to it. So today's card is rejection, and it's the crown chakra card, the 7th chakra. Where is it that you live? Take a good look at him. He's spending a lot of time in his head, listening to the self-talk, listening to the self-speak. He's too busy thinking about what he should be doing, and he's not even feeling about it. He's surrounded by the spirits that he's not having a good outlook on life. Look at the windows. He's not having an outlook on life, and he's spending too much time being in his head, and he's not being creative. Remember that it's contrary. So he's not being creative. He's not really listening. He's spending too much time thinking. So don't spend too much time thinking. Spend more time listening to the prayers that you pray. Listen for the answer. Stop thinking about, I didn't get my answer. I didn't get my prayer answered. Or, God never listens to me. And saying that, in my 12-step program years ago, I'm talking like more than 20 years ago, I used to sponsor a guy. And one day we were outside the meeting, after the meeting, and he was complaining to me. He was the kind of guy that didn't get cleaned up to go to a meeting. He came, didn't brush his teeth, didn't comb his hair, didn't change his clothes. He rolled out of bed with the clothes he was wearing, I think. And one day he was complaining, and he said, God never answers my prayers. God never talks to me, blah, blah, blah. And in that moment, some pigeons flew off, or actually they were seagulls, flew off the building, and they pooped on his head. I said, well, there you go. Bye. And I walked away because God had answered his prayer. God hears you every time. Those of you who pray the same prayer day in and day out are faithless. You are faithless. You do not believe. You do not believe. You don't even believe yourself that you prayed the prayer, because Creator heard you the first time. He says yes, he says no, and he says wait. He says wait, or she says wait. They say wait. There's no he or she God. It's a duality. Radhe Govind, O Mateo, Aho, Shri Krishna. God is a duality. God is not a male God. God is not a female God. The Sistine Chapel, that thing that what's his name painted, it's a lie. That's not God. That's not God. There's no God of my understanding in that form. So anyways, that said, so springtime. Welcome to springtime. Welcome to the spring equinox. Welcome to the new year. I said this already, but I'm saying it again. I'm reiterating it again. I want to remind you that to call in that at 323-870-3791 and let me know what you have to say. What is it you want to tell me? Would you like a healing? Would you like a reading? What can I do for you? Do you want to tell me that I'm full of crap, or do you want to praise me? You can praise me. Hey, you can build a temple to me for all I care. Or not. So, what is your springtime like? How did you spend your winter? Did you spend your winter actually doing the shadow work and letting go of the things that you no longer need? Did you go into the den and allow your seed, allow yourself to die in and of yourself, like the Christ consciousness, so you could come and into your life and into being the oak, the mighty oak that you've always wanted to be, a whole, to stand in your foundation and to stand to be rooted and fruited and sharing of your fruit to the birds that nest in your branches, birds of the air that nest in your branches and eat of your fruit. What is your fruit? You can show people how to heal like you healed yourself by letting go, telling them how you went from point A to point B, and how you did that. How you did that. That's all I do. That's what I was put on this earth for. This is the purpose that I have found on this earth. I'm sure there are people who need to be the head of General Motors. I'm sure there are people who need to be the discouraging head of the White House. I'm sure there's people who need to be taking money from others in Congress and cheating their constituents and lying and cheating their constituents. I am not that person. I am a person of integrity. I am a person of authenticity. I have died over and over and over and over and over and become and stepped into the power of who and what I am and who and what I have always been, to become the mighty oak, to become the mighty oak, to become the mighty oak. Are you ready to become the mighty oak through this springtime? And to weather the storm that's coming later this week? We're going to have a heck of a storm this week, a rainstorm. And I feel bad for people up in the Santa Barbara County, Ventura County, because all those mountains and places that were burned out, I'm afraid they're going to get washed out, and I hope that many people will heed the warnings and evacuate. Don't stay where you don't need to be. Don't stay where you put yourself in danger. Becoming the mighty oak is making a good decision for yourself and your family, and moving to higher ground and drier ground wherever that is. So, did you leave the shell of your nut, the shell of your tree in the den? Did you leave the cocoon, the chrysalis of your home for the last, I don't know how many months, of becoming a butterfly hanging from that branch or that tree or that plant, wherever you left it? Did you leave those things there? Or are you still carrying it around with you, like a knapsack to keep your lunch in and water and all that stuff? Did you let go, and are you ready? Oishi no, oishi no, oishi no. I know you're ready. I know everybody's ready here today. It's such a beautiful day today. I'm just excited. How many of you are excited? Let me know. Those are the listeners and those who are watching. Let me know you're excited by calling in and letting me know. Sending me a message. What is it that you have to say? What is it that you want to share? What is it that you have to give? Because I know a lot of you have to give a lot. We were going to do a show with Tiffany White Saints woman on Sunday, but she got ill, and I'm glad she's feeling better. I spoke to her today before the show, and she's feeling better. You guys, and saying that, being that this is a show about healing, be careful the people that you're around. If they're sick, stay away. My sister lives across the street and they're sick in their household. I'm not going over there. Washing my hands and going over there and washing my hands and taking care of myself, because I got sick late end of the year in December, and I was in bed for 10 days. And that's no way to go through life. But that's what I had to go through, so that's what I was willing to do. Anyway, so springtime, moving forward, letting go of the old, write down those things. On Friday night, we did a new moon ceremony, which was perfect for leading into the springtime, because new moon ceremony is about moving forward. It's about setting intentions and letting go of the old and coming into the new. And we had a group of divine feminine. There was probably 10 or 12 women there. And it was great to be able to be, to hold space for them and share my experience and share the drum and share the medicine of what it is we do, what it is I do, and how I do it and how we do it. And there are many ways to do many things. How are you willing to do that for yourself? Do you reach out to get a tarot reading? Do you reach out to get a healing? Do you reach out to get a massage? And I mentioned Tiffany White Sage Woman show on Sunday, which we were going to do. That's what started this version of my conversation. And she got sick, but it was going to be about spring cleaning. And the ladies that were on the show, Angel and Sarah, were going to be in the show. And Sarah sells products, biodegradable products and all natural organic products to use to clean your home. And I want to, Sarah, if you could send me information on the link where we can purchase those things from you, and you can share those with us in a way, or maybe if you call in and you can talk about that, because this could be an extension of Tiffany's show as well, that we weren't able to have on Sunday. And you can tell us about those things, and you can share what that's like, because I'm always talking about the spring cleaning of the body, spring cleaning of the soul, spring cleaning of the mind. It's a terrible thing to have a dirty mind, and somebody took me to task the other day on something, and I was actually kind of offended by it. And I took note, and I had something to say about it. I just don't let people talk and tell me what it is that I need to do, what to do, because of their fear, because of the things that they're afraid of, because of the way that they behave, because of the way that they think. Not all men, not all people behave the same way, think the same way, do the same things, react, respond the same way. We don't. And I stand in the power in who and what I am and what I've been taught by my elders, by my teachers, by people who are younger than me, by those who have been the example of how to get from point A to point B. Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow, you can too. I can too. Me too. You too. Me too. And that's the magic. I am willing to listen. I am willing to participate in the communication and the vibration, ebb and flow back and forth between you and I and whoever the you is at the time, and listen and participate and become a better soul for my own sake and for the sake of others. Are you ready to clean house and move forward into the springtime and do just that? Aho. 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 I'm not the greatest person. In fact, I posted on Facebook the other day, why doesn't laundry fold itself? Not that I have a lot of laundry and stuff to fold and things to do, but, I would rather take a nap than, fold my blue jeans or my t-shirts and my undies and my socks and all that. So I would rather do other things. That's just the way I am. I apologize, but I'm getting mighty thirsty. I bought a stone the other day to carry around with me. Hold on, let me grab it. And it was suggested when I was in Sedona by a friend of mine who's right now, in fact, who was taking just a leisurely drive by Stonehenge this morning, and she posted it on social media. And she suggested that I get moldavite because I don't always remember my dreams, and it's really rare. And actually, I have been this week, and I know that my dream state's been more active because it's not far from my bed. It's actually just a few feet from my bed, or if it's right next to my bed. But she recommended that I get moldavite, so I'm a little dehydrated today because I know moldavite will dehydrate you a little bit. So I mentioned the spring cleaning stuff from Sarah Grafia. If I pronounce that right, if I don't pronounce that, Sarah, correctly, I apologize. But the reading glasses, and I'm looking at the computer screen. And you can reach Sarah at www.sarahingrafia at .norwex, NORWEX.biz. And you can find out about those products. She's a Norwex consultant. That would be www.sarahingrafia at norwex.biz. And you can get organic products to clean your home. You can get rid of those toxic chemicals that are under the sink or on top of the sink or, in the refrigerator or in the cabinet, the cupboard with your potatoes and, wherever you keep those things, because people keep those chemicals in the strangest places. And no, I don't let those two ever mix in any way. I hope so. Tiffany just posted her web address again on the screen, so you can see that and write that down. Well, fantastic. So, but still, Sarah, if you want to call in and say, hey, this is what we do, this is how I do it, this is what you can use for a particular thing, great. If not, no big deal, no big deal on my wheel. So anyways, so it's busy times. One of the things that, and I mentioned that somebody kind of rubbed me the wrong way with something they said. And they said, because I work with, it's interesting, women who approach me about healing are reluctant to approach me because for some reason they think that I only work with men. And maybe it's because of the Men in Self-Care show, Miscellaneous, the group that I started where I work with men, but I work with everybody. I work with the Divine Feminine. I work with the Divine Masculine. And because I work with the Divine Feminine, there was a couple of people who said to me, you shouldn't work with the Divine. You shouldn't work with feminine because you can get into trouble, because of the Me Too movement. I'm like, the Me Too movement? What are you talking about? They said, yeah, you could get caught up, you're a man, you're still a man. No matter how much spiritual work you've done, you're still a man and you need to be careful. I'm like, I don't know what people think that I'm doing out there, but I am highly aware. I'm a big boy. I'm 57 years old. I'm a big boy. I can take care of myself when it comes to Divine Feminine, and they can take care of me as well. They know what, how to say no. I am not somebody who chases women. Anybody who knows me knows that I don't like dog you dog. I will not. I'll ask you once. I'll ask you twice. If I ask you a third time, guess what? I'm not asking you anymore. Move on to the next town. I clean the dust off of that town and move on to the next town, just like Paul the Apostle. I don't have time for that. Getting in trouble like these fools out there. There's a lot of sick men out there. And I'm going to say, women, this is springtime. Are you listening? There's a lot of sick men out there that don't know how to behave, that don't know how to live a transparent life. I live a transparent life. I hope. I live a transparent life. I tell myself, you guys hear me. You guys are on the show. You guys who listen to the show, you guys who hear me tell my stories and exactly what not exactly, but I'm transparent and I tell you what's going on. If I need help, if something's up with me, I go to my elders. I don't fool around. I don't have time for that because I spent a lot of years growing, I'm not a guru in my 12-step program. In fact, there's too many gurus there. There's no room for me. Those people don't want to hear what I have and they don't want what I have. If they did, they'd be watching this show. And they're too busy being in their sickness. They're busy running to meetings because they're insane. They're too busy hiding out. They're busy hiding out in meetings because they don't know how to live their sobriety actually in their life. I live out loud. I live my sobriety in my life. I live my AA in my life. I don't live my life in AA. Can I get an amen? Can I get an oishino? Can I get an aho mitakuyase? I don't do that. I live in my authenticity of who I am. And if I'm flirting with you, I'm not biting your leg. I'm just flirting with you. And, I don't, like I said, I don't chase. I'm not a chaser. If you say yes, yeah, cool. If you say no, bye. See you later. So, and I was really kind of disheartened by the conversation. Not being disheartened by by my part in it. I was disheartened that others, they're still so broken that that's their thinking. Who knows why they have to share that poison, because that is poison. To somebody who's living a good life, a good, clean life, a good, clean, sober life. And I don't mean sober from drinking. I mean sober behavior. I have sober behavior. I have transformed from a seemingly hopeless state of mind and body. I have transformed. Have you? Have you? And that's what I ask the people that pose those kind of questions to me and say those sorts of things to me and say, you need to be careful. No, you need to be careful because you got a dirty mind. And you need to call Sarah so you can get some products to clean out that mind. Or you need to come see me and get on my table so we can just clear you. What is it that you really want? Stop celebrating the first of the year and making New Year's resolutions when you should come into the 20th March, into springtime, into the real new year, the time of Mother Earth, and you can make restitution to yourself, for yourself, to others, for the things that you say, for the things that you do, for the things that you hide from them. When will you come out of under the rock? When will you come out of under the rock? When will you come out of under the rock of hiding and pointing at others to see what they're doing so you deflect the energy from yourself? Because I see you. We see you. We know who you are and what you do. Because you leak all around, and you leak in social circles, and you leak on the internet, and we read the things that you write. And when are you going to let go and drop that rock? Or come out from under it? When? That's my question to the audience. When? And I'm not talking to everybody. You know that. Because I know that there's some people listening that have burned the papers and written those things down and set the intentions and let them go. They have let them go just like I have let them go. What a beautiful, beautiful spring day. And I want to remind you that you're listening to the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show with myself, Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow. And you can call in at area code 323-870-3791. Excuse me, let me repeat that correctly and soundly. 323-870-3791. You can also reach me at, if you want to send me a message, or if you want to set up any sort of mentoring or coaching. I do half-hour to 1 hour sessions. If you're long distance, we can do that through video conferencing, video chat, through however that's done, Skype or whoever it's done, and you get yourself some help. Start your journey off in a good way in the springtime. Move into March. Did you hear it's March? March into springtime. Did you hear that? March into springtime in a good way, with purpose. Walk with purpose. Trudge, march into with purpose. That's what that means. To trudge is to walk with purpose. Do you want to walk with purpose as you march into the springtime, into the new year, into the new way of being? Creating your magic, planting your garden around your house, planting the garden around yourself with new relationships, whether they be a romantic, loving relationships, which I'm hoping for at some point in time. I'm hoping that somebody will find me and say, there he is. There's the foundation. There's the tree. There's the oak. I think he lost a couple of branches, but he's still okay. We'll make a table out of him or something. Anyways, that's just plain silliness. What is it that you want to create and manifest? What is the magic that you would like to carry? Yes. What is the magic that you would like to go to the place of the fire, your third chakra, your I can, I will, I do, I am? What kind of magic and treasure would you like to pull from that place? Extract from that place that is solely you, that is solely created by you, solely created for you. What does that look like? And let me know what that is. Type it in and tell me what it is, because I know you know. I know what it is you want. You know what it is you want. Excuse me. I didn't mean that. I know what it is you want. You know what it is you want. So share it with us. Tell us what that is, because it's such a beautiful thing to watch the flowers bloom. You are the flower. I posted that this morning on Facebook. I am the flower that I've been waiting for to bloom. I am the flower that I have been waiting for to bloom. Are you ready to bloom? Are you ready to be to grow out of the mud? To be the lotus, to grow out of the mud. Are you a pink lotus? Are you a white lotus? Are you a yellow lotus? What color are your buds? What color are you? What color do you want to be? What color do you want to feel? What song do you want to sing? How do you sing? Do you sing happily with joy, or do you sing like negative songs, heavy metal or something? Not heavy metal, whatever metal, whatever. So, what is the magic that you will create from March 20th forward? Or if you've been doing the shadow work prior to March 4th and been letting go of those things, saying not necessarily saying goodbye to the hurts and wounds and shames, but embracing them in a good way and hugging them in a good way, and knowing that because you hug them and you embrace those things and you let go of the stinking thinking of them, that you're able to embrace them and become empowered by them and hold them in the way that's like a child, that's like the baby in your arms that needs your breast, and you can feed those issues in your tissues in a different way. You become empowered and they become disempowered, and they just fall limp in your arms as you hold on to them. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Oishino, oishino, oishino. I am ready. I am ready. I am ready. Oh, I'm ready. So, I know there are many people out there who tune in and maybe don't tune in, who have stuff that, they don't know how to let go of. And if you don't know how to let go of stuff, ask somebody. Call into a show like this and ask me. Send an email. Communicate. And be comforted in the knowledge that in the communication with me, that you are safe, that your communication with me is sacred, and it'll be dealt with in a good way, and you don't have to worry about me giving away your name or anything. Or if there's somebody who logs into the show that you would like to have contact with because they said something magnificent or funny, and we'll make arrangements, but I'm just not going to give people's information out because that's not going to happen. But you never know where the medicine will come from for you. And I'm here to transmit medicine. I'm here to transmit magic. I'm here to transmit vibration. I'm here to transmit goodness, nurturance, the nature of myself. The nurture of myself. Excuse me a sec. Boy, I'm thirsty today. Anyways, so where were we? No, springtime. Springtime. It's been a busy time for me. I'm going to talk about this. I don't make a lot of money doing what I'm doing right now because I've been busy letting go of things. I had a yard sale on Sunday. See, I was busy with the yard sale on Sunday. I had a date later on Sunday. Saturday, where was I? I was out pressing the flesh and visiting places that would like to maybe have me. Friday, I was at an event. Thursday, I was drumming shamanically. Wednesday, I don't know where I was, but Tuesday I was doing the show, so it's been a busy week coming out of Sedona, and I'm preparing for Sedona. That is the place of my magic. That's where I'm going to be going at some point to live my life fully and incorporate my life into those surroundings and those vortices and those places. And it's because I clean house and I'm willing to let go of those treasures that, that I'm willing to part with. My life changes and your life changes, and I can't wait because I'm going to be setting up a drum making workshop in Sedona. I'll be setting up a drum workshop here probably in May because at Friday night's event, that request was made, and it was too late for the one on the 24th because that's been canceled and that's gone away into the den, and you missed out. Oh, and speaking of spring cleaning, and I'm going to jumping a little back and forth here, but it's purposeful. Have you received yours today? $18, you can get one smudge stick mailed to you. You can go to Venmo and send me your $18, $3 for shipping and handling, and $15 for the smudge stick to Anthony-Walking-Crow-24. It's $18. If you want to buy more than one, it's $15 times one or two, however many you want. But up to 3 sticks, it's still only about $3 and change to ship. So, yeah, get yours today. And just in time for spring cleaning. Let's move into that spring cleaning. You can take it and heal yourself. And you know what? I'm going to say that. And those of you who don't know how to use sage, as a matter of fact, those who are listening, let's do a little of that right now. I know I smudged as I came into the show, but this is just a leaf of sage. In fact, I have so much leaf that I stopped using the bundles, because why waste a bundle if I'm, have all this leaf that's in bags? And I can send you leaf too. So just take the sage and you light it, let it burn, and you put it out. Smudge your hands, your right hand. Take and smudge your left hand. And with your left hand, the hand of receiving, just cover yourself in the smoke. Allow it to permeate your body. Take some into your lungs. Hold and clear yourself, and you're ready to go. There's nothing difficult about smudging yourself. If you're smudging your home, you do the same thing. Put it buy yourself an abalone shell, place a sage while it smolders in there, and from the door closest to the direction of the east entrance of your home, start to smudge from that place. Go through every room 3 times clockwise, and set your intention for each room, for each place, and cleanse your home with the sage that you purchased from Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine. Alrighty? And that way you know that you're good and you're fine. And you know what? I'm part of the chain of healing. If that happens, if you purchase your sage from me, remember that I'm part of the chain of healing, clearing your house. And just like Tiffany White Sage Woman, just like Jimmy Mack or anybody else on the Goldilocks production, we can all help you, and we are all willing to help you, and we will do whatever we can to do what we can to be a part of the chain of healing and clearing. Aho. So let me see if I have we have a caller from the 614. I have 2 calls waiting. Caller from the 6, and we have a third caller waiting. Okay. Caller from the 614. How are you today? How can I help you? Hello, caller from the 614. Are you there? Okay, no one's answering from the 614. How about a caller from the 260? Next caller. How's it going today?
Hi, Anthony. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Who is this? Who am I speaking to?
You're speaking to Sarah and Gracia.
Hey, Sarah and Gracia. Are you calling to share about?
Hey.
Are you calling to share about your spring cleaning products, the organic products that I know that you know everything about?
I am.
All right. So how are you today? How's the little one? How's Anthony in this fine spring day?
We're all doing really good.
All right. Do you have any snow there?
No, it's all melted.
All right. Just in time for spring. So tell us about what you do with regard to Norwex being a Norwex consultant, Norwex products. How can those products help myself and the listeners as far as making changes in our homes to get rid of the toxic products that we have?
Well, Norwex is dedicated to radically reducing the chemicals in our homes, which means and like you said, a lot of our bottles and stuff are biodegradable, and our air fresheners, they're made from bamboo turned into charcoal. So you can also, once after the 2 years are up on your, because you want to replace those every 2 years, you can put those in your garden. They're biodegradable.
Oh, wow.
Which to me is very awesome. And 2 of our products out of our top 10 products are called our EnviroCloth and our Window Cloth. And the awesome thing is you're only using water and your cloth to clean, and you're removing 99% of bacteria from your surface. So you're actually getting your surfaces in your home, and like I use them on my son's toys, you're actually getting them more clean than using the chemical products you're getting in the store. Because like the cloth wipes, the Lysol wipes and stuff like that, you have to use so many of them, and you have to leave it sit for so many minutes before it actually starts to kill the bacteria on the surface. Norwex products, you get your cloth wet, and you wipe the surface, and it's removing the bacteria, not just killing it, but removing it from the surface.
Ooh.
So, and it's immediate.
That's interesting.
So,
now, listening to you talk about that, the other day I bought laundry detergent because I work at a place called Sprouts in the vitamin department. It's an all-natural store. So that I'm very careful about what kind of detergents I buy to wash my clothes in, but I also purchase vinegar to pour into the wash when I wash my clothes along with that detergent, so I can actually use less detergent and have some of the, I guess the germs removed from the vinegar will remove the germs. Is that correct? Am I saying that correctly? And did I make a right choice?
I personally, I don't know a whole lot about vinegar, to be honest, but I know it's good for smells and stuff.
Yeah.
But that's about as far as I know about vinegar. Now, like with our Norwex laundry detergent, we don't have any fillers in it, so you're using less. It's not tested on animals. There's no bleach. There's nothing in it. It's just the laundry soap itself,
Yeah.
From natural products. So you're only using, like for me, I only have to use 2 tablespoons for a large load of laundry. So my bag has lasted us about 6 months for 3 of us.
Oh, wow. That's about what I use. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not 100% on the vinegar stuff.
And the other day, I also was doing my washing my bed linens, and I used the vinegar, and I used the detergents that I use, the detergent-free vinegar detergents or whatever it's called, and I also took some lavender oil, essential oil, and in the rinse water, I put a bunch of drops in there, and boy, was that incredible when I made my bed up after it came out of the dryer. It was just wow. I slept perfect that night.
Oh, I bet.
Helps soften the clothes. Oh, vinegar helps to soften the clothes. Oh, okay. And peroxide instead of bleach. Okay, that's a good. Tiffany's giving me tips too. Yes, you can add essential oils. Yeah, I seem to be adding essential oils to everything these days. Because sometimes we're just stinky.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's one thing that with our laundry soap too, it doesn't have the fragrances added into it. So
yeah.
We do offer. We have 3 different kinds of essential oils that we sell too. But as long as you're getting a natural, really high grade quality oil to use on your fluff and tumble wool dryer balls, that'll help add that scent that we're accustomed to into our clothes when they're drying. So.
Well, I'm gonna tell on myself. I am 57 years old, and I navigate the internet pretty well and technology pretty well for a guy my age, because most guys my age don't. But I don't think I've encountered a dryer ball in my life yet, and I don't know what that is. So, Tiffany just sent me a message. Wool dryer balls, that is. So wool or wood. Tell me about that.
Our wool dryer balls, they're 100% wool, and they have I think it's a 2-year warranty. Yeah, 2-year warranty on them. And what they do is when you use them, instead of using dryer sheets, which are full of those animal fats and stuff that clog up your dryer, you don't want those anymore. Yeah. So that's why we are trying to replace those with the dryer balls. But to actually get in your clothes and they lift and separate your clothes, you're actually using, the dry time will be significantly less than what you're using now.
Ooh.
And it'll save you 25% dry time.
Well, that's a good thing.
We offer two different kinds. We have the wool dry balls, and then we have our, I'm not 100% what they're made out of exactly, but we have green dryer balls as well. I have both sets, and I love them both, but they basically work the same way. One, it saves you 20%, one saves you 25% dry time. So, and if you have static in your clothes after your dry time, that means you're actually drying your clothes too much. So you need to scale it back even more.
Yeah. I don't believe in dryer sheets at all. I don't like to use them because of all the chemicals. I mean, I can smell the chemicals from 3 blocks away, you know. When I'm coming down the street, I'm like, somebody's drying my clothes, or somebody's drying their clothes at my house, or whatever the case may be. So I don't use them because I know that they clog up the filters and blah, blah, blah. And I would just rather not have all those chemicals on my clothes and near my body. I just don't need to have one more cancer-causing agent, you know, in my life. So anything I can do to potentially remove those things, that's what I'm going to do, you know. So that's why I wanted to, you know, with regard to today being the first day of spring, and obviously not been able to do the Tiffany show on Sunday, you know, I wanted to be able to bring you in because I know you were listening. You're always listening. I love a consistent listener, and I know you have, you know, vital information that I need to have, that others need to have, just to make their life a little bit better. Because, you know, there are those around us who don't help us to make our life better at all. They make our lives harder, you know. With fillers and chemicals and processing and all that stuff, you know, the less. This is a case of less is more with the items that the products that you sell, you know, and with what I talk about with regard to just the letting go of those things that we carry around. Who needs to be carrying around toxic energies, you know, in our bodies, in our soul, in our mind, in our voice, in our lower no self-esteem, right? In our foundation. Who needs that, you know?
Exactly.
I know.
Get rid of that stuff.
Get rid of that.
Chemicals, get rid of the bad stuff.
There, get rid of the bad stuff. There you go. But, you know, and we never want to let go of the chemicals, never let them go too far away, because we want to be able to keep an eye on them and see what they're doing, because they always come around in a different way with a different label and pretending to be something they're not. Right?
Mm-hmm.
We see that with food. They label it natural. They label it organic when it's not. They label it GMO free. Why? I see foods that are marked GMO, not GMO, gluten free, and there's no gluten in them, but they mark it as gluten free. It's like, really? You need to sell that many.
Gotta make that money.
Gotta make that money. Money, no honey, I guess. So how is the end of winter treating you? Treating you in your soul, in your you know, down inside of you, Sarah? Tell me how it's been for you.
Lately I've had a hard time sleeping lately. I don't know. I just fall asleep and then I just wake up and I feel really out of sorts, and I don't know what the deal is with that. But and then once I do fall asleep, I'll fall asleep for an hour or two, and then I wake up and this has been crazy, and I feel more tired. So hopefully, you know, soon all of that will go away.
Well, it's been an incredible week of energies. I've been the same way. I mean, yesterday I left work and I came home and just went to sleep for 2 or 3 hours. So I understand. I wake up during the night, and I know that there's a lot of work being done in my dream state, in my sleep state, and I know it's for my better. And I know it's for my good, but boy, during the day, I'm just like loopy. And when I wake up, I know that I've been in a heavier state of sleep or trance or travel than I normally am, you know. So I was just curious, because I know you've been doing a lot of work with regard to the letting go. And I just thought I would ask with regards to that. And I'm really happy for you. I'm really happy that you're one of those that listens and says yes. You know, it's an awesome thing when somebody says yes to themselves, and we're able to watch them, transcend, transmute, transition, transform. And I feel like that's what you're doing in your own, with your own life, you know?
Oh, yes. Yeah. I'm always ready for change, always ready for better.
Yeah.
Improving and new beginning, and
yeah.
Always ready.
That's good stuff. Well, thank you for calling in, Sarah. I'm glad that we were able to give out your information, because I know that I want to be a part of your business growing, and you growing in your spiritual essence, in your emotional essence, in your energetic body. I'm all about that for you and everybody else, and I'm really glad that we were able to come together through this show. You know, through Goldilocks Productions and Tiffany White Sage Woman. So, you know, I would really like to thank you for calling in, and, you know, give that little one a kiss. Say hi to Anthony for me, you know, and I know that you know where to find me. So.
Oh, yes. I thank you both. You and Tiffany have been amazing. You both helped me in so many ways, and I'm blessed to have both of you in my life. So. And I thank you for having me on the show, and you know, I look forward to doing another show with you soon.
Yeah, I know we're putting one together right now. We just have to get through the first week of spring, and I'm sure we'll be doing it pretty quick. All righty.
All right, thank you.
Well, you'll be blessed in your day. Hugs, nurturance, and blessings to you. And I will talk to you soon.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Bye-bye. Wow. See.
Bye.
Bye-bye. This is such a wonderful thing, that this is a relationship that is being nurtured and cared for, and that came through the autumn, the fall, the harvest, and the letting go, the harvest and the letting go, or the letting go and the harvest. And Sarah's been listening to my show for some time, and I know that she listens and watches Tiffany's show as well, and all the others on Goldilocks Productions. I don't want to leave anybody out, but I can't remember all those shows. I can barely remember my own intro. So, but you know, this is a relationship that I get to nurture, because I've been able to do a little coaching and a little sharing with Sarah in a good way with regard to her, you know, her personal growth and her business growth. And so anything I can do to help somebody else is, you know, I'm all for it. And, you know, how can I help you? How can we help you? What is it we can do to help you get from point A to point B and back? Because sometimes you have to go back to pull some things forward, pull yourself forward. You know, I always tell people when they come across me in the store and they look like they don't have anybody in their life who can actually seriously listen to them, I ask them to look at me, and I ask them to say my name. And I tell them, whenever you are alone and you feel like you're alone and you need somebody, say my name. Say Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow, because you have seen me, because you know who I am and what I am. I will come to you right there, right then. I will come to you. I will stand next to you. I will stand behind you. I will support you. I will stand in front of you and pull you forward if need be. If you need to be pulled forward because you don't have the emotional or the physical strength to do that, I will be there for you in spirit. I will be there for you in inner energy. And if I'm able to, I will be there in the body, in the physical, a whole, because that's what we do here. That's what I do here. That's what Walking Crow does here. We alchemize, we shift change. We go from darkness to light, and darkness to light, and light to darkness, but darkness to light. And you learn how to become a reflection of me, and I learn how to become a reflection of you. And I search for good things in all bodies and all people. And I believe that people search for good things in me, in my darkness, and in my light, because you know, because you know my name, because you have seen me, because you will never be alone again. This is why we meet. This is why this show exists. So you don't ever have to be alone and feel like you're alone in your life, because you're not. Fact of the matter is, you're not, and you never will be. So, you know, change the self-speak of that. And that's the first order of business with regard to moving into the springtime. Changing your self-speak and giving yourself the things that you really need, that you really want. You stop calling yourself stupid. Stop calling yourself dumb. Stop calling yourself fat. Stop calling yourself skinny. Stop calling yourself whatever it is that you call yourself. Whatever it is, the way that you speak to yourself. Stop doing that and try something new. If you get to a point where you can't think of any way to speak to yourself in a good way, send me an email at anthony@sacreddrummedicine.com or give me a call, 818-442-1717. Give me a call. Because at any given time, we all need help, and we never know what help is going to look like. And I may say, you know what, you need to speak to so-and-so, and I'll connect you with somebody who can help you in a better way or a different way, because you never know what that is. Aho. Oishino. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for this, to spring into the rest of your life, to spring into a fourth dimension of a life that you never imagined? Aho. Are you ready? Are you ready to come into your earth, your ground, your root? Are you ready to come into your water, your connection to others, your emotion, your feelings? Are you ready to step into a brighter fire, a bigger fire, by stoking it, by giving yourself breath into your third chakra and stoking that fire? Are you ready to love yourself? When that fire grows, it warms your heart. Are you ready to give yourself something warm, like a warm blanket? Something that's good, something that's healing. Are you ready to speak and ask for the things you want, and stop smoking cigarettes, and stop smoking pot, and stop plugging the hole and the soul with alcohol, spirits in, spirit out? Are you ready to give yourself something different? Are you ready to stop spinning in the story of the darkness of the third eye, the stinking thinking? Are you ready to let go of that? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? And really move into your higher self, to be with Creator, Great Spirit, to be with universe, to be with everything that is vast and endless in the universe. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Let us know how ready you are. Hit like, hit share, send me a message. Let me know. Aho. You know, I'm really excited about what's happened with this show. This show is really kind of taking on a life of its own. And, you know, over the last few weeks, boy, I got so many more people listening, because I'm posting this to a lot of different groups, and people around the United States who wouldn't normally find me are finding me. And I'm very happy, because they're getting a message that they need, and a message that they want. And, you know, there's a lot of woo-woo spirituality out there. And I'm sure there's a place for it. There's just not a place with it for me, because I don't want to be woo-woo. I don't want to live in my head. You know, I want to live in my body. I want to live in my feet. You know, I want to live in my soul, and I want to share that with others and have them say, me too, I did that. How did you do that? Can I go with you? Can I do that too? You know, the sharing of the alchemy, the sharing of the experience, the sharing of the love, the sharing of the heart, the sharing of the fire, the sharing of the fuego, the sharing of the I can, I will, I do, I am, I hope. The sharing of teaching people and letting them know that their root, their foundation is about, I am here, I am here, I am here, and let me know that you're here. I want to know that you're here, you know, because I know that you're out there listening, and I know that you're out there paying attention. I know, because I hear the way you speak. I hear the questions you ask me. I see you follow me in different places, and it makes me happy, and it gives me so much joy that I get to do a good work. I get to do a beautiful thing for beautiful people that sometimes don't know that they're beautiful, that sometimes don't know that there's help, that sometimes just don't know. Well, I'm telling you, I know you're there, and you should know that I know that you're there. Aho. I want to thank everybody who came in to watch and to listen to today's show, today's Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine show with myself, Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow. I want to thank my producer, Tiffany White Sagewoman, for supporting people like me and people like her, and who give us a place to do what it is that we do, to grab and to share with a broader audience. You know, I want to remind you that you can find us on iHeartRadio, on Spreaker. You can go to Goldilocks Productions on iTunes, and you can watch these shows. Or you can go to my page, Anthony Rodriguez, Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow, Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine, and you can watch those on my page as well. And these shows get posted to different places, I believe to iTunes too. Tiffany, you'll let me know if I'm incorrect in that. But I wanted to invite you to go back and watch the show again, listen to the show again, and on Blog Talk Radio with Goldilocks Productions. Go back and listen and watch, because so much more comes out, is revealed. More is always revealed after I go in to listen to playback at the end of the show, and in a couple of days. And it really transformed for me, and I'm sure it'll transform to you. Once again, I want to thank you for coming. My name is Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow, and this is the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine, saying have a beautiful and lovely day, and welcome to spring. Aho shinawana honata, aho shinawana hey. Thank you.